my front license plate cover off my truck. I'm gonna have to modify this a little bit. So what I'm trying to do, and what I've been trying to do since I got the truck lifted, sometimes it obviously can be challenging to fit in certain parking spots and whatnot. So I've been looking for a solution to put a camera so I got a forward-facing view, you know, somewhere lower down in the front of my truck. So I kind of shopped around and found a couple different camera options, but no real way to integrate it into the stereo itself. So into where the backup cameras work off of. My truck's the 2019 Ram 3500. It's got the 8.4-inch Uconnect screen in it. And from all the different companies that I've talked to, they're still developing what they call a lockpick, or basically the portion that you would need to unlock your radio to actually be able to run separate cameras. And I'm really not going to go to the dealer. I suppose if I hooked a camera up to it, I could go to the dealer and get them to unlock it, but I ain't doing that. So I got an Edge CTS2 monitor. I actually just bought this piece too. This is going to allow the monitor to get mounted up off the A-pillar on the driver's side. So I got to paint this. I'm still doing some trim. As far as like fitment goes, it fits fairly good. It is the latest model that they have, but it only goes up to the 2018. So that the 19s are a bit different where these go installed at. So, and they only come in this color. That's the only color I can find them. So I'm gonna paint it black to match my interior, but I'm gonna get it all trimmed out first. So at any rate, this camera here is the camera that goes with my Insight. So this is gonna hook right up to that. So I'm gonna see if I can't fit this to the forward license plate mount and get this stuff to work. It should work. It shouldn't take much customization. Now, when this gets hooked up and I put the truck in reverse, because mine's an auto, this front camera will come on. So that's not really going to help me much when driving in reverse with this camera on. But it also has an option to where you can turn the camera on whenever you want to turn it on. Whatever speed, whatever gear, doesn't matter. So that's, you know, most likely what I'm going to be using most of the time. That way when I'm pulling in and out of places, I'll have a real tight front view of what's in front of my truck. So I'm gonna give this a shot and see what it takes. First off, I gotta get it to fit on this plastic mount. So this is gonna need to have some trimming, and we'll get it to fit. And then I'll get it wired up. The wiring harness on it's actually rather easy. I kind of been messing with it here. It's only got 3 wires on it. So basically you're looking at the video line in. That's what will go back into the back of the CTS2. They give you that nice 90-degree elbow there. And this is where it plugs in normally, right? That's where the OBD2 port goes there. So we'll have both those running up in there. And then outside of that, you just got to put a power and ground on it that go with the switch. So basically when you turn the power on or turn the ignition on in your truck, the camera gets power. So I'm probably gonna hook it up to one of my switches that I already have in there under the hood. And if you guys watched the last video that I did, I kind of showed that when I was wiring up the reverse lights, the FCK light bar LED, flush mount LED backup lights that I put on it. And I'm just gonna put this on one of the switches under the hood. We'll run that video cable into the cab and plug it in the back of the monitor and then see how it works. So I got a little bit of work to do. Like I said, I got to custom fit that mount or that frame to this mount. So it's going to take me to do some grinding and some drilling. I got to get the wire feed through there. And then I got to get this thing to fit So I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'm going to light this or not. It's kind of flimsy, flimsy plastic. I will get it to match the interior. I'll just paint it. But as far as the way that it fits in there, I don't know. I may end up chopping that whole triangle piece off the back of it and just keeping this forward part here, because it was not made for this truck, but it's one of the only ones that I can find right now. And I'm tired of using the suction cup thing on the windshield, because every time I go to put my sunshade up, I got to pull all that stuff down so I can get the sunshade in there. So we're gonna give this a shot. I'm pretty sure I can make it work. Once I start fitting this stuff in there, I'll shoot some more video and show you guys what I got going on. Be back in a minute. All right, guys, check this out. So I got this thing mounted. It really wasn't that bad. I had to end up drilling a hole through the back of the plastic here, and these had little prongs on them. So this part would fit in the bumper, and then you put a screw through it, and the prongs would spread out and hold it tight in the bumper. So I had to pop those off, both of these, so I could stick a bolt through it, because I'm going to bolt it right to the front bumper now. So yeah, those little plastic things used to fit right through the holes here, and then when you ran your screw through it, it would spread the prongs out in the back and hold it into the hole. And then look at this stuff. This kind of aggravated me. Drilled right into the plastic. So when whoever screwed the damn thing on at the dealership ran the bottom holes right through the plastic in the bottom of the bumper. You can't see it, but that's just irritating as hell. You pull your front license plate bracket off, and it still irks the shit out of me that we even have to run those here in Illinois. But yeah, look at that fucking hack job. I don't know. At any rate, you can't see it, so I got this all set up. It's ready to go. Just basically got to run some bolts through and see how this thing's gonna sit. So I got one in there already. I kind of like them because they fit flush with the bracket, and then we'll throw some washers on the back and shoot this thing down. Let me see if I can get this camera set up here. For you guys. Hopefully it don't fall over, because I'm going to be on too much of an angle. Let me see. There you go. You can kind of see. So basically you can reach out from behind, and let me get all these washers. I'm going to put lock washers on the back of this too. So originally those bottom screws would come through there, and that's what screwed into the plastic. And they had these big old honking things screwed into the plastic there holding it on. So now with it all screwed, I got the bottom of the plate bolted through the bottom of the bracket. I drilled holes down there, and now it's just going to bolt on at the top. And I guarantee you it's going to be a lot more sturdier with the bolts holding it on than those stupid plastic clips at the top. Because obviously we don't want it to fall off while we're running down the road. So pretty easy. These are just 10 mils. And I'll get this bolt in here. Check it out. Hell yeah. Hopefully this works. I don't know. We'll see. It's about the cheapest, and that's about, you gotta remember the wire is there. So, and this camera is a pretty wide angle camera. So you get a little bit of adjustment out of it, up and down, to be able to see what you need to see. But we'll get that figured out once we get it all wired in. And it's simple as that, as far as the mounting goes. And it looks pretty straight too, so awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna run this wiring up. And I do have a rock light right underneath there. So I'll probably run that wire up and catch the harness that I have running around for the rock light, and zip tie it to that, and then we'll move it right up into the truck, and we'll have a forward facing camera. So I'll be back in a second. Let me get set up to run this wiring. All right guys, check this out. So like I showed you, it's all installed. I showed you how I bolted it on. Ran the wiring right under here, up the side there, up into the fender well. See, I got the little flap open here where I ran it, and then it pops up through the fender well and runs underneath the hood, that little section there, and comes over into the cab of the truck. That was kind of a pain in the butt. So I've been working on, ooh, I got that a little messed up. I'll have to clean all that. I've been working on this this pod mount here. I haven't really had a chance to check the camera out yet. And for those of you that don't know, I'm just using this so I can see in front of my truck, but with it on the front, and I don't know, I gotta confirm this, but I'm pretty sure with this camera being on the front of the truck, when you see it inside the truck, and I don't know if you can change it or not, I don't believe you can, the image is gonna be reversed. So with me standing on the passenger side like this, with the camera being on, it would show me, it would look like I was on the driver's side, but that really don't matter to me. I'm not gonna navigate with this thing. I just wanna be able to use it so I can see stuff in front of me as I'm going into parking spots and stuff, but that is a possibility. So I got this pod here, and I had to do a lot of trimming on it to trim the whole back piece off. It didn't fit right. And I kind of got some black paint on it now. It's already gotten dusty since I painted it. But I trimmed this thing all up, made it fit the best I could, and I got that in there, and I'm going to be working on getting this thing installed up in the truck now, so I don't have to use that suction cup thing on the windshield anymore. It's really starting to get aggravating. So I've been sanding and cutting and sanding and cutting, and I think I finally got this piece to where it's going to fit and look decent in there. It ain't going to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it'll look a lot better than having that suction cup thing stuck to the windshield there, and it'll keep the CTS monitor out of the sun, and that's a good one. I would come out all the time, and the suction cup monitor from the sun would be falling off the windshield and be laying down on the dash. So we're gonna give this a shot. So I'm gonna try to get this thing installed here in a little bit, and then I'll give you guys a look at what it's gonna look like. But so like I said earlier, this is for the 2018 models. This is as high as this goes up. So I just ordered it because I thought I could make it fit, you know, a little trimming, a little cutting, and make it look halfway decent, because I did not see any other options for the 2019 Ram here. So we're gonna give this a shot. Oh, look at that, it's got dust on it already. We'll give this a shot, and I'll show you guys what it looks like here shortly. All right, guys, this is what we're here. Here, let me hit yes on this thing. Let it run through its deal here. So it doesn't look all that bad. You just got that section there, and then you can see the section here. There's a little bit of a gap right here because the handle is different than the other ones, but all in all, it definitely puts it in a pretty cool spot. I like it down there a lot better than sticking right up here in my face on my windshield. So yeah, let's see what this thing does. So camera's all plugged in. This thing might dim down some on me. Let's see if it picks the camera up. Oops. Kind of fat fingers. Gotta hit that little arrow there. Yep, there's my dog walking in front of the camera. So I could tell you, it is showing my garage backwards right now. But there she is. So now I got a camera facing forward that I can see, and I can actually see it really well too. That kind of brings it back into the darker portion of the cab versus having it up in the windshield there. And then, like I said, you just hit the little side button there, and the camera comes up, and then you can just oh, there we go. You can just toggle through your different backgrounds and screens there. Damn it, I did it again, hit the wrong button. There's the mileage coach. There's the camera. There you go. So I should be able to go right back that way to the camera. Yep. And anytime you put the truck in reverse, the camera will come on now. It's obviously looking forward, but looks pretty good to me. Doesn't interfere with the door. Let's see here. I'll show you guys what it looks like from the outside. That's kind of what you got there. That's the setup. So you got a little bit of a gap there. Nothing too big though. And I still got all the other pieces. Obviously I can put it back together the way it was, but I definitely dig that location for that a lot better than being up into the windshield. So cool, I'm digging it. I'm gonna run it like that for a while. Shouldn't vibrate. It's in there like really tight. It's in there. So yeah, we'll see. Check back in a little while, let you guys know how it goes, but she's in there. One screw holding it in. The rest of the backing is tucked down behind the rubber seal there, and holds it in place. The wires run right up into it and plug right into the camera. It's perfect. I'm digging it. We're gonna run it like that for a little while. There's a shot at the camera again. So all in all, not bad. I worked on it for a little while last night, got the camera mounted, and the wire ran for the camera, and I did the mount itself today. Got it all trimmed out and put together. Yeah, this thing's coming along. And I just hooked it right to my switches down here to get the power. So anytime my air horn's on, which is this first one, that activates the power. That activates the power for my horn. My camera will be live. And then that's my compressors. That's my rock lights. And that's those LCK backup pods, which are freaking insanely bright. Insanely bright. There's the rock lights. Awesome, digging it. So if you take your time, a little bit of patience, a little bit of know-how, and you got a 19, you can fit one of those in it for sure. Just the shaping of it, the A-Pillar there, and the interior pieces. The A-Pillar is the same, but the interior pieces are a tad bit different, just newer style. But you can get it to fit. Just trim it off and make it look good. Sweet. That's it. See y'all later.